Hey everyone, it's Megan and Jason. As you can see, we had another busy week. We spent 3 nights at the baseball park, and on Wednesday night we were so busy with everybody's schedules that we just decided to eat dinner at the concession stand. Now, our kids ask us to eat dinner at the concession stand literally every day we're at the baseball park, so they absolutely loved having dinner there. The kids have been asking to go to Jones Hole all summer. We decided today was the day to go. While the older girls and I have been to Jones Hole recently, the younger kids haven't been there since 2020. Come along with us as we show you the area and have some fun. Alright, this is the last bit of the drive as you're dropping into Jones Hole. So Jones Hole National Fish Hatchery is located on the Utah-Colorado border, 40 miles northeast of Vernal. You want to take the Diamond Mountain Road from Vernal, which will merge into the Jones Hole Road about 20 miles in. The fish hatchery is located at the end of the dead end. The paved road from Vernal to Jones Hole is periodically closed by snowdrifts in the winter months. During the spring thaw, melting snow can become ice on the roadways as temperatures drop below freezing, so use extra care when visiting the hatchery during those 2 seasons. For planning purposes, check the climatic conditions in Vernal, as they tend to be very similar to those at Jones Hole. You're welcome to visit Jones Hole at any time of the year. Our trip was the middle of September and the weather was just beautiful. The high was about 74 degrees Fahrenheit and it made for a lovely day for a hike. It wasn't too hot, which is good because we went on a long hike today. I just love looking at the mountain landscape in this area. Just the beautiful striations of the different sediments makes for a very colorful mountainside, and the greenery that's growing on it just adds so much beauty to the landscape.
It's been a long drive in, but in the distance you can see the fish hatchery coming up.
So at the end of the road, you come into a small parking area, and included in this area is the visitor center and restrooms. And in case you're wondering, the restrooms do have flushing toilets and running waters to wash your hands, so that's very nice. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about the fish hatchery. Now, this is coming from their website. Since 1871, the National Fish Hatchery System has been at work improving recreational fishing and restoring aquatic species that are in decline, at risk, and are important to the health of our aquatic systems. Across the country, the network of national fish hatcheries work with the states and tribes to conserve, restore, and enhance fish and aquatic resources of America for future generations. Jones Hole National Fish Hatchery provides management and production of trout for mitigation of Colorado River Storage Project waters of the upper Colorado River system, as well as to meet the tribal trust responsibilities on Native American land. Water for Jones Hole comes from an underground spring that can supply up to 15,000 gallons of water per minute. This volume of water is necessary to rear the large numbers of fish needed for stocking Colorado River Storage Project waters. The water temperature, 54 degrees Fahrenheit or 13 degrees Celsius, year-round is ideal for rearing trout. Current species reared at the hatchery include Bonneville, cutthroat trout, kokanee salmon, and tiger trout. Jones Hole National Fish Hatchery was founded in 1968, with the first trout produced in 1970. Approximately 85% of all fish stocked from Jones Hole are released into Colorado River Storage Project waters, including Flaming Gorge, Steinecker Reservoir, and Red Fleet Reservoir. The remaining fish are taken to Wind River Indian Reservation in Wyoming, as well as some state-managed waters. Now up to 1.2 million trout are raised annually. Okay, so how did it get its name, Jones Hole? Well, after the indigenous Fremont people resided here, small waves of visitors came by way of what is now known as the Green River. One famously known explorer, John Wesley Powell, camped on the banks of the Green River in 1871 and decided to name this beautiful canyon in honor of his expedition's topographer, Stephen Vanderveer Jones. But the name Jones Hole really took hold after an incident in 1883 involving a man named Charlie Jones. Believing that he killed a man, Charlie hid out in the canyon for a winter. When he later found out that the man had lived and he had not killed anyone, Charlie exclaimed in relief, "You mean I can finally get out of this hole?" And thus the name stuck. Jones Creek begins as a spring at the fish hatchery and runs through a narrow canyon to the Green River. Lush vegetation and shade surround some portions of the trail. Other short sections travel through grassy flats sprinkled with sagebrush. The trail is an easy hike, changing only about 200 feet in elevation. As you can see, a lot of the trail elevation changes have had steps built into the trail using rocks. This is an easy to moderate hike, as there are some boulders and fallen trees in the trailway that need to be traveled over.
Okay, right here I'm pointing out a petroglyph. It's a little bit harder to see on the camera, so I just circled it with my finger. But this area has a lot of petroglyphs and pictographs that you can look at.
These pictographs were made with paint created from iron minerals mixed with plant juice or animal oil. Although this paint is durable to withstand the effects of time, it cannot resist the acids on your skin, so please do not touch the pictographs. These images were created by the Fremont people that lived in this canyon over 1,000 years ago.
That one is the one that Maddie just found.
background we can see a couple anglers out here fishing in the stream, and today they said they were catching cutthroat trout. This is a popular fishing destination. Just after you cross the bridge, you'll come to the sign, and it shows you the direction to go if you want to go to the falls or to the river or back to the hatchery, and shows you the distance. In case you're wondering who's with me, this is my friend Maddie. She'd never been to Jones Hole before and was really wanting to go. So when I asked if she wanted to come along with us, she jumped at the opportunity. We decided to go down to the river, as I had never actually hiked to the river before. Been to Jones Hole a number of times and never gone down to the river, so we took that hike down. The sign shows it should be about 4 miles down and 4 miles back for a total of 8 miles. Right here we're coming up on a herd of bighorn sheep. They are prevalent in the area. There's a good chance that you will see some if you come to Jones Hole. Now I believe it is mating season for bighorn sheep, and the rams are territorial. So we tried to steer clear of the rams. There are a couple back there farther away from us, but as we come back, we'll see them again, and the rams are close to the trail on our walk back. We finally made it to the river. It was really fun. We were able to see quite a lot of rafters and kayakers coming down the river, and we actually had some conversations with some of them as they floated past us. You can see all the canyon walls and the mountains here. It's just beautiful. After hiking for 4 miles, all the kids were hungry, so we took this opportunity to eat a little bit of lunch before we headed back. Okay, so this was our walk back where the bighorn sheep are at, and as you can see, they are laying literally right on the trail. Now, as there were 2 ram really close to the trail, we decided to make a wide path around the trail so that they did not, run at us or headbutt us or anything like that. Now, the camera's a little shaky, and that's partly because I'm walking, but also because I am watching where I'm walking, so I don't trip and fall. So the camera was just wildly being held there, hoping that I recorded the bighorn sheep. As we passed, I did count them, and there were 11 in total. That's quite a herd. Okay, on our walk back, we did take the turn for Eli Creek Falls, and it is so much fun up there. You'll see that coming up. There's some steps up on the trail. It's about a half mile off the main trail there, and it is so much fun to go with a group. Now, the idea of the falls is that you can see Delilah climbing up there. Everybody climbs up on the top, and you sit in the stream, you plug it off, and then somebody stands under it, and they just get absolutely pelted with the water. So you can see in a minute, I've done it, and Delilah, I think all the kids took a turn doing it, but we only got video of a couple of us. That water was so cold, you guys. It was like maybe 50 degrees. It was absolutely freezing. Now, this is really fun to go do with a group of people, as I said, because you can get a lot of people to really plug that off. Eli Creek Falls is also known as Butt Plug Falls or 9 Butt Falls. It's got some crazy local names because the idea is to plug it off and just absolutely pelt the person underneath of it. And you can see that we're done at the falls and we're heading back to the parking area. I hope you guys have liked some of the water river sounds I've left in of the stream going through some rapids. Also, I wanted to mention that I find when you're planning what to wear for this hike, athletic clothes are great because you can play in the stream and dry quickly. I have seen people decked out in their full hiking or fishing gear, and also people that have hiked it in their swimsuits. So really it's optional, up to you. But I find athletic clothes are great because they dry quickly if you get wet.